Well, talk about a fun project. I sure hope you're hungry as you listen to um, this little presentation about my project. My fifth grade final project is a food truck project. When this project started several years ago, it didn't have quite as much technology, and it was a great project, and the kids loved it. But this class has really helped me to make this project something that I think is going to be a lot more fun for the kids. Before they even start exploring the site to learn about what they're going to have to do with their project, I have a video here for them to watch about a great food truck park that's located in Texas. And I think this would be right here would be a great video, or it is a great video for them to kind of get an idea of what a food truck is. And then I have all my lessons divided up here. Each lesson doesn't necessarily represent 1 week. It just really depends on the class and how long it takes them. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 weeks to do each lesson. Let's go to lesson 1. They will be working on creating their food truck. So they're going to begin brainstorming ideas. Before, when we did the brainstorming, sometimes they would do it on pencil and paper. Sometimes they would use their iPad and do it on Notability. But I wanted to incorporate more new media and tools and technology for them to learn how to use. So they're going to be recording their responses on a class Jamboard. I think that is a great way for them to see what other people are doing, so that they can be sure that their idea is unique and original and different. And then they will use their iPad and they will go on Notability, which they're pretty familiar with because we use that quite a lot. And they will draw a model of what they would like their food truck to look like. So this lesson, typically lesson 1 usually does only take 1 week. Maybe it goes into 2 weeks. And part of that is just they're so excited to get started that they tend to not spend as much time here. All right, in lesson 2, we have a school SketchUp subscription. So they're going to log into SketchUp using their school email address, and then they're going to begin sketching or designing their food truck. What they designed in Notability, they're going to now do in SketchUp. And here's a video here for them to just a quick review of SketchUp and just a tutorial. It's hard to remember everything in SketchUp, so sometimes it's helpful to get a tutorial. So they'll be doing that in lesson 2. This one will typically take at least 2 to 3 weeks. Knowing my 5th graders this year, it might be a smidge longer. Lesson 3, they move on to building. So again, they go into SketchUp and they begin, they look at their model that they drew, that they sketched up in SketchUp, and they can also look back at their model that they drew, their plan in Notability if they want. But then they're going to actually begin building their food truck with supplies I make available in the classroom. Everyone receives a cardboard box that's the same size, and then they have just anything imaginable you can think of for building materials that they can begin to actually make a prototype or a model of their food truck out of the cardboard box. I did find early on that it's best if they all have the same size and shape cardboard box to start out with, or to begin their project. It saves a lot of his is bigger because he had a bigger box, etc. So we do that. The building phase takes the longest. It'll be 2 to 4 weeks, again, depending upon the class, but some of them get pretty detailed in their food trucks, so they want a little bit of extra time. Lesson 4 I've called furnish, for lack of a better word here, but this part of the project has several phases, so it's going to take them about 4 weeks. And just so that you know, this project is for the entire 4th quarter of school. So that's why we have some play in the number of weeks we can use. What they're going to do here is they're going to complete some Google Slides and put them on our food truck slide deck. And again, while they're familiar with Google Slides, they haven't really done a lot of sharing into a class slide deck. So I think this will be good for them to use. And also we use Google Classroom in our middle school and upper school. So anytime we can get them using Google tools, it will just help them when they move on to 6th grade. And again, this project is at the end of 5th grade. So all of this is getting them ready for 6th grade middle school. So they're going to create a menu for their food truck. They're going to create a coupon for their food truck, a flyer for their food truck. And then, because we want to be sure we don't leave out social media advertising, they're actually going to create a social media post for their food truck. So we're going to use something called Fakebook. It's a great way. Fakebook is a great way to teach several things to students. One is some digital citizenship and how we can respond nicely to one another. Again, it's Fakebook. It's just like Facebook, and just teaching them that. But also in this case, it's going to show them how they can leverage the power of social media for business purposes. So they're going to create a Fakebook post to advertise their business. And these lessons will probably take 2 or 3 weeks. All right, lesson 5, I call it the marketing of their food truck. They're going to create a commercial for their food truck. This is where they have the most fun. Probably other than building the actual food truck, the marketing of the food truck, they absolutely love because they get to create a commercial. And of course, we've all seen great commercials. And so they have got some fabulous ideas of what they think a great commercial is. So they're encouraged to make an engaging commercial that will entice viewers to want to come and visit their food truck. They do bring their own props and supplies from home if they can't find them around the school or in their classroom. So they use iMovie on their iPad, and they partner up and they film each other's videos. And then I'm going to have them load those videos to my video ant farm so that I can, so we can all comment on each other's videos and watch each other's videos. And so again, they absolutely love this part. And then the last part of this project is the present part. They will present their food truck project to the rest of their classmates. There are several things they have to have. They obviously have to have that model of their food truck. They have to have those Google slides that they can mirror up to the TV from their iPad to show us their coupons and their advertisements and flyers and those things. They have to play their commercial. They bring a sample menu item that they can share. So we have an eating time where we all get to eat the different food. And then they try to wear some clothing that best represents their food truck. So they can do anything, they can do more than this, but this is the bare minimum. And then the very last part of the site here is the project rubric, and it just tells them all the different things that their project has to include. Like, is it creative? Does it show original thought? Could we actually use this food truck? And that type of thing. And then it's helpful to note that at the end of this project, I also have partnered with a local food truck here in the Memphis, Tennessee area, and they come on campus, and the 5th graders and I eat lunch at the food truck. They get to tour the food truck, and then we have a time of question and answer with the food truck owner. So that kind of wraps up the project. And again, we're doing this way in May, right before we get out of school. So it is just so much fun. It's the best project, but I'm most excited this year because of all the new media that I've added to it. This generation is very tech savvy, and they're going to very much enjoy all the extra media elements that I've added. So I really am glad I got this chance in the class to do this project and make it even better for my students. Thank you so much for your time and for looking at my project and listening. I really appreciate it.